Hello. I wanted to take a moment to just get a few things off my chest. See, I've been working a ton of hours lately, and what's really crummy is I'm a waiter, so I depend on tips. And I just wanted to get a few pet peeves off my chest about being a waiter and what some people do. I'm not going to bring up the restaurant that I work at because I don't want this getting back to them. But I just want people to know that some of these are a big deal to waiters. So, some states have a waiter's wage, which I know a lot of people don't know. So, in the state I'm in, which is Idaho, the waiter's wage I believe is 350. It might be a little less, 335, but you can look up your state and see what a waiter's wage is. So that means I make 350 an hour. Now, I've been working to try to help get caught up in bills and to help take care of my mother. And of course, I have a son. So, trying to save up money, which has been really hard the last 2 weeks. And, but here are a few pet peeves about people that waiters hate. Table sitters. Like I said, there are a bunch of people who sit there after they've eaten, after they've been boxed up, just linger. You just sit there and linger. I had someone linger for an hour and a half today. They tipped me 370. You basically cost me money because I could have turned around and flipped that table and made more money. Another thing is they take a percentage of the money to pay the bussers and the host and all that. So if you tip me low, sometimes I'm breaking even because I have to pay a tax on your food. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, well, why don't you find a better job? Restaurants shouldn't be able to do that. But I'm going to tell you that there was a study on restaurants' menus that had the price to pay a living wage and a lower price, but people could tip. Guess which one they chose? Yeah, it didn't matter that people wanted to, you know, pay a lower amount. Well, I shouldn't say it didn't matter. They didn't want to pay a living wage. They rather pay the lower amount, which I get. And then a lot of people say, well, maybe your service was horrible. No. I'm very good about getting orders correct. I'm very fast when it comes to refills, when it comes to getting things, when it comes to making sure your order's right. I will go the extra mile for you. I pack up your food. I do a lot of things. So you sitting at the table for an extra hour and a half and then only tip me $3. Well, a dollar went to go pay the busser, and then I lost out on a table. So I just want people to know that they're sitting there lingering causes an issue. Now, if you tip a decent amount, I don't mind if you sit there. But if you're just going to tip me crumbs, go talk outside. Order your food. Get it to go. Instead of just sitting there taking up my time and my table. I get paid $3.50 an hour and rely on your tips to make it up to a livable wage. Don't take up my time, please. Another issue is, well, I already brought up waiters' wages. Let's see, I got a whole list of issues. Let me just give you a few of them. I got table sitters. We just talked about that. Hot tea and water. That takes me more time to do. It's minor, but it is a pet peeve. Birthdays. Like, happy birthday, but I don't want to have to come sing you. I don't want to have to clap. I doubt you're going to tip me anymore for that, but happy birthday. Here's your dessert. It can be a pain. Coming in a few minutes before we close. Splitting the check at the end instead of telling me when you have a huge party. Um, what else is there? Asking for something while I'm carrying a heavy tray, like stopping, grabbing me, touching me when I'm, carrying a heavy tray. Asking me to take pictures. Um, yeah, I mean, those are just a few quick peeves, but just please take it into consideration that when you sit there and take up that table, you're taking money from me and others. Like, if you want to have a conversation, go outside. If it's cold, go to like a coffee shop, have a conversation there. If you want food, just take it to go. I mean, please don't come in and take up tables and sit there for hours unless you're going to tip something generous. Just be considerate. Thank you.